Hola, buenos días, soy Nico.
It sickens me to my stomach. I'm tired.
And today we're here for another Nico quick chat. Well, yes, I know it's been about 2 weeks since my last one, but I am back in action and with a small segment called Onlyscams. But before we get into that, if you like this kind of content and you want to be a part of it and support the channel, make sure to subscribe to patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive videos, weekly live streams, and to be a part of the live streams where we have multifaceted conversations with a varied panel depending on the week. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in. Now, seeing as how it has been a few weeks, if you are unfamiliar with the Nico Quick Chat, it is essentially a stripped down, less edited conversation for the girlies who are interested in the topic at hand. It's not always tea, but it's something I can have a conversation about and or am passionate about. And one thing I'm passionate about is being scammed, Nico. Listen, whenever I have this conversation, a lot of people are surprised because they're like, oh my God, you actually subscribe to people? You give them your money? First and foremost, as a content creator, yes, I support other content creators, but the only time I really try to use the YouTube-like super happy adult fun time websites is when it comes to vintage videos that are no longer available, seeing as how a lot of sites are now obsolete. Some I do not feel trustworthy enough to give my information to financially, but that's why I use them. So when I can, I do support other performers. Now, I usually have a rule when I do subscribe to somebody, it's for a collaboration. I rarely subscribe to solo content creators, but even then when I subscribe to people who were collaborating with other performers, I have been scammed before, seeing as how I did a video on Patreon years ago, I believe 4 years ago, talking about Obi. If you do not know who Obi is, big booty man, very attractive, a scammer down, a waste of $15, but that's not why we're here. I have been scammed once again by a bountifully blessed man. His name is Miko. His main profile is Miko Gains, but he has an alt which is like Mk7fit. I don't know, it'll be in the title. Point is, I've seen this man on the timeline consistently for over a year now. He has posted normal videos of him dancing, twerking essentially, videos of him changing in locker rooms, videos of him basically being sweaty after the gym and monopolizing that content. As long as he's not flashing people, I'm like, okay, cool, do your thing. So when I subscribed, you would be surprised at how perplexed I was, seeing as how it's a scam from entry to exit. So first and foremost, he charges $10 just to enter. I normally do not subscribe if someone is over $9.99 because why am I paying more to watch you than I am for Netflix and or Hulu, if you know what I mean? But I was like, it's a penny, girl, it's not that serious, let me subscribe. I was also tricked into subscribing because on his page it says that he has over 241 posts. They are split between photos and videos. I usually am more focused on videos because if I wanted to look at a photo, I could just look at the photo you posted on the timeline. So when I saw that he had 100 videos up, I'm like, okay, even if it's solo content, I can work with this, you know? It might not be all that I wanted, but personally, I wasn't expecting much more than what he actually advertised. When I subscribed, I expected to see him doing his split videos that he does where he's changing and or sweaty after the gym, him moving around, him dancing, him twerking. I don't expect a solo performer to do a triple backflip into a split for the sole fact that I myself am not that amazing as a solo performer, Nico. I mean, I do my best to make it entertaining, but I also give you a lengthy video. So when I go in, I'm not even expecting, let's say, to have props that will assist in the process, seeing as how I don't really care. If it's not the real thing, I don't need you using a prop, girl. I'm here for you at that point. But when I subscribed and saw that there was 100 videos, you do not understand how angry I was when I found out that only 8 out of the 100 videos was longer than a minute. None of them were longer than 5 minutes. So I'm sitting here scrolling. I'm trying to see what this content is actually giving, but every time I click on a video, it's him just staying stationary, or it's him doing a slight wiggle from left to right. And I remember I counted on the videos that were longer than a minute, there was not more than 15 seconds worth of twerking. 15 seconds out of a 3-minute video was actual twerking. The rest was just standing there. The rest was just bent over, just stationary. Occasionally he would use a hand to spread, but that's my thing. It's like, as a solo content creator who is marketing content of you being tantalizing and sweaty from the gym, or you bouncing up and down, the fact that none of the actual content that made it onto the page is of that is what angered me the most, especially because he did begin to advertise, oh, I have a new prop machine that's going to help in the process, is going to do the back and forth motion, is going to be so nice. First thing I saw when I subscribed, you can pay for how long you want to watch. The video is this long, but if you pay this amount, you'll get this much access and you'll get this much access. And I'm just sitting here like, is this what y'all be going through? Is this what y'all be going through? Because when people subscribe to my stuff, they're like, oh, I appreciate that you give me content. I understand it's not you putting out something every day of the week, but you put out a full video, you put out a full movie. Because one of the reasons I don't do a lot of solo content, I do fill it in between my actual collaborations, is just because there's only so many ways I can make an up and down motion exciting. But also because when I do a movie, I give you a full movie after you subscribe. I'm not understanding the thought process a lot of people are having, where it's you pay $10 to enter and then you pay another $20 to see exactly what I advertised. Because my biggest issue, once again, I don't need you to do tricks, especially him, because he's thick enough that I'm just like, girl, just do what you're advertising on the timeline. Why are the videos on the timeline more exciting and tantalizing than the actual videos behind the paywall? It angers me. It angers me, especially for $10. Like, if you were gonna do a scam like this, why did you not lowball it? Because I saw people making him go viral a couple of weeks ago because they're like, oh, my TikTok For You page is so freaked out, look. And it was just him playing video games with his like backside towards the camera. And I'm like, okay, maybe he changed it up, because I had subscribed to him months before and it was literally like 10 videos of 10 seconds. So when I subscribed again and I saw 100 videos, I had my hopes up. But no, of course not. Why should I do that? Why should I get my hopes up? Because now I'm looking like Boo Boo the Fool getting my money back for a second time. Yes, I got my money back. So I'm going to put this one on blast for the sole fact that your Twitter timeline is more entertaining than your actual OnlyFans. And all of these photos and all of these videos, they're purposely cropping out parts of your body. They're purposely only 10 to 30 seconds long, except for 8 videos out of the 100 that are less than 3 minutes. And you wanted me to pay $10 for that. And then you wanted me to pay another $20 for the video that you advertised would be behind this paywall. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you know what? It hurts the most because y'all know how I feel about big backside men. When it comes to a thick man, there's nothing I love more. So the fact that you had the nerve to sit up here and scam me, not even in the sense that Obi scammed me, because at least when Obi scammed me, he had some videos that weren't fully on Twitter. Like, he had an extra 50 seconds. Yes, it's still a scam. Yes, he charged way too much, but at least I could say, oh, he's collaborating. So there's other factors that come into that. You know, maybe there was something I didn't know about the collaboration. Girl, you're literally setting up your camera and doing what you're doing on the timeline. That's all I asked you to do. That's all I requested from you. I gave you $10 because I thought you were literally just doing what you were doing on the timeline, but put the full video on here. Absolutely not. Never again. And I want people to know that that is a full-on scam. So nowadays you can't even go by, oh my God, before I subscribe, they have this many videos, they have this many pictures, because this is my first experience with somebody just filling out 100 videos with 10-second clips. Most of them not even moving. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I call it ridiculous because when I came onto the scene, I got so much pushback. I got so much backlash. I was told I need to do tricks and do flips, but y'all are letting people scam and get away with this just because they're thick? Absolutely not. But with that being said, that is this Nico's Quick Chat, because I have nothing more to add to this. I'm livid. But I'll see you guys next time. Boom.